Hi, this is Gary with GEEZBEEZ. I got a shipment from Premier Bee Company. They're making new boxes called, and they're naming them Pura boxes, P-U-R-A, and they're really a nice looking box. I've got 6 of them up here, I believe, and then these are my Hilco boxes, and I'll kind of show you the difference of what they've done with their boxes versus Hilco boxes. Hilco makes a really nice box, traditional box. These are dovetail joints on these boxes. They have a really nice big handle, really deep, nice big handle. They look like a really good quality wood on the woodware. And on the ends, where your frame rest is, when this goes together, this dovetail goes together, you don't have any small part where it comes together. And I'll put the box together real quick and show you what I mean by that. You'll glue it, which I don't have my glue out here right now, but I will get my glue and show you that glue. And so you just bump that together, and there's your joint. We don't have very much showing as far as exposed edge. So I did go get this wood glue that I got from Premier Products, and it says it's specially formulated for these boxes. So you would put that on before you put this box together. I'm just putting it together today just to kind of show you the differences in the two boxes, and I'm going to take it back apart and put it back up here for storage for now until I actually put them all together. But I just wanted to show you that real quick, and so we'll line this up. We'll see how square this box comes out, but it looks like to me it's going to be pretty easy to square up. Okay. So that is a very square box. This is the Premier box that I just hammered together. I put it on my square, and it is super square. And to show you kind of the difference in what they've done, this is the Hilco box, which is just a traditional box, traditional cut box. And you can see how, and let me put one of these together just on the side to kind of show you what it's going to be like when you get done as far as the exposed edge. Got the Hilco box just partially put together to show you the corner difference. And when you're prying with your hive tool, I've busted this off right in here on some other boxes. So if you look at these corners, this corner is your full, just past a 3/4 inch corner on the corner where you're going to be prying a lot on each 4 corners. Versus on these traditional boxes, you're looking at less than 1/2 inch on this part here. So you don't get that full corner. The Hilco box has that thinner edge that you can bust that off really easy because it's not very thick right here. If you see that, you can really get the thickness right here. The difference in the thickness at the top versus the Premier box or the Pura box has this full corner. So makes for a really easy put together on these dovetailed corners. Really easy to square up, and just really overall is really a nice box. They are a little bit more expensive than the traditional boxes, so that'd be something you'd have to weigh in on as far as whether it'd be worth it to you or not. But if you've ever busted these corners, which I have, I do like that about these boxes. So I just have to weigh the cost difference and see. And there's several, you know, I think I gave about $6 less for the Hilco box than I did these boxes. I'm impressed with them so far, but we'll keep you updated on what's going on with them, and once I get them all painted and get them out, and we'll look at them and see how they're doing. So I've been doing some wax rendering this week, and I had some frames that had some wax that I needed to remove, and I removed some of the wax and I rendered it all week, heated it up, and I'll do a video on that sometime. There's several good videos that you can get, but basically I've rendered this wax, and so we've got this wax in the water, which is pretty dirty water. If you've ever rendered wax, then you'll know, but I'm going to pour this out and we'll see what we came up with. Kind of wanted to explain a little bit of the wax rendering process that I got to this point of this wax being in the bucket. I had a hot plate. I took just a kettle that I had, and you know, you want to use old stuff because it's going to get pretty wax and pretty nasty, but you want to go ahead and throw your wax and that you scraped off your frames and everything, all the stuff that goes in there, and throw it into the kettle and boil it with water. And it doesn't have to be a real high boil, but you want to melt your wax, and then you'll take a tea strainer and you'll put it into a bucket and pour that mixture of water and wax into that bucket. And so that this wax will come to the top, and all the stuff that I'm going to scrape off, all of this stuff, there's sand, there's usually bee parts in it, there's, you know, whatever was in your wax. If you've had wax moth damage, a lot of times that stuff will be in there. And you'll scrape all this down to the wax. And you can keep doing this process over and over until you get just a real super nice clear wax. Since I'm putting this back on frames, it doesn't have to be perfect. And so we'll scrape all this off real quick. And so you could throw this back in some water in a clean kettle and run this process again. But we'll wash this off, but that's generally your wax, and you'll remelt that wax. And you can paint, some people paint it on. I use a little 4-inch roller, put it into an electric skillet. You know, some people use crock pots. But anyway, melt your wax down, and you will re-roll that onto your foundation so your bees can draw that foundation back out for the next year. That's probably, I don't know how many pounds this is, but wax is about $10 a pound, so you can save yourself some money by rendering your own wax and putting it back to save your foundations. Pressure wash them, get them good and clean, and then put the wax on. Well, I'm done with the wax rendering, and I'm on a new project. Just wanted to show you guys. My wife is having me turn this well house into a gingerbread house for Christmas. And some of you real artsy people out there, if you have any ideas, send me some ideas in the comments on what else I could do to make it look a little nicer. Well, I've been working on this little gingerbread house, and I don't know, I'll probably date myself, but red, green's right. You can do anything with duct tape and zip ties. I appreciate you watching, and like and subscribe. And that's about all I've got for today. Thanks a lot.